Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Talk It Out podcast. We are two dudes, one mic, and a ton of unfiltered opinions. Steven, it's Talk It Out Tuesday, brother. Episode 1 of our new podcast. We're gonna
Hashtag,
go
hashtag.
hashtag Talk It Out. I'm excited, man. We talked about it in our trailer, and we think this is going to be something pretty cool for us to do, and hopefully everybody that is watching, listening, whatever you're doing, we hope one that you like this. Obviously, if you're watching on YouTube or listening on YouTube, whatever you can do, hit the like, comment, share it with somebody, and obviously, please hit the subscribe button. We're going to try, like I said in the trailer, we're going to do 2 days a week, probably Tuesdays and Thursdays, and just get some stuff out. It's going to cover everything. But tonight is, will they stay or will they go? We're talking potential 2022 quarterback offseason moves tonight. Man, I'm ready whenever you are to get this going. You want to add anything before we start?
No, I mean, like you said, it's gonna be fun. We talked about it. It was like this fun little topic. There's a ton of quarterback potential quarterback movement coming up in this off season, and I feel like it's going to be really interesting to hear because I know me and you differ on several of these.
Yeah.
And that's the fun thing. That's the fun part. So yeah, dude. I mean, I'm ready. Here's the cool thing, you guys. Like as we've messed around with this on our individual ones, I've kind of figured out how to make it a little more nifty, how to make it a little cooler.
Yeah, this is all Steven. This is all Steven. This is all.
Will they stay or will they go? So we're gonna start it right off. I'll lead the first one because this is a debate. A lot of this is going to be: do we think? Not necessarily are they going to move on. Will the team move on from them too? Right?
Yeah.
So this is the whole episode, you guys. So we're going to go through.
Or will they be the starting quarterback even on
or will they replace
on the team they're on now? Yeah.
Yeah. So the first one is Jalen Hurts in Philadelphia. Personally, I think he will be. Me and you have talked about this a lot, Adam. That I think he did enough. They got rid of Carson Wentz for him. They made the playoffs, so they don't have too. I mean, even with the Colts pick, they don't have too high a pick. Now they could pair them, but also the draft class sucks this year. I mean, Albert Breer from the NFL Network has basically said he's not sure if he sees a starter coming out of this draft class. So that being said, I don't foresee Gardner Minshew overtaking him, as cool as he is, and I also don't see them drafting. So I think he's still there. I do, and I know this is your boy. This is your Alabama boy.
Look. Okay, this is my boy. He's an I know he played his last season at Oklahoma. I get it. He's an Alabama boy to me. Greatest thing he did was probably he did a lot of good things for Alabama, but he refined his college career by going to Oklahoma, and now obviously starting quarterback for the Eagles. But and I love Jalen Hurts. I just got a bad feeling. Now look, Jalen Hurts, if I'm not mistaken, this season was like the number 1 fantasy quarterback in the NFL because he does
legs,
it with
man.
Yeah, legs. I mean, he didn't really kill it through the hair. He gets a lot of criticism for being able to pass the ball. I think if anybody has watched him, he has gotten 10 times better since he stepped foot in college to now. I just got a bad feeling about it. I don't know why. A lot of talk around the league. I wish we would have got some Eagles people on here to talk about this because he's really the one that I'm most negative about being there. I think he's going to be there. I think he's going to be in Philly. I just don't know if he's going to start. I honestly think that Gardner Minshew has a better chance than everybody thinks he does to beat Jalen out.
So I'm going to say this. I'm going to interject really quickly. Obviously, for those who know, like we've said, I run a Colts podcast. A minute of success. It's pretty popular. It's probably Well, let's be honest.
Oh,
Top
here we go.
5 on
Let's go.
YouTube for Colts podcast. There's probably only like 6.
Okay.
But I hear from Philly fans all the time, obviously because Carson Wentz. And they really do like Philly fans really do like him. The 2 words that ring true for you and what could be part of your argument is going to be 100% 2 words, Howie Roseman. Those are the 2. Because he was spotted at a Pitt game watching Kenny Pickett this year.
Mm-hmm.
He drafted Jalen Hurts when he had Carson Wentz, who was coming off of a playoff season in 2019.
Yep.
As the quarterback. He got hurt in the playoffs, but he drafted Jalen Hurts in the 2nd round. Howie Roseman has come out and said before he wants Philadelphia to be a quarterback factory, like a place where they just get the quarterback right.
Right.
So that being said, it's not out of the realm of possibility that he's constantly looking to upgrade.
And I feel bad for Jalen if it's not him next year because let's be honest, man. Philadelphia wasn't great this year. They made the playoffs. They did make the playoffs. Was it because of Jalen Hurts? Maybe some games. They won because of him. More probably for his legs than his arm. And again, I'm a homer for Jalen Hurts. I love him. I just, in the back of my mind, and me and you have talked about this before, man, that there's something back there that he do enough. I mean, he's got him to the playoffs, and then they got trounced first round. So can Gardner Minshew or somebody else take his place and make a deeper run in the playoffs or get that record better to where they're not, a wild card team and they're, a 1, 2, 3 seed, something like that. I don't know. Me personally, I think it's going to be a shootout for that. And I don't know, man. I got a bad feeling about it. I don't know why. It's in the back of my head.
It's going to be interesting. So for those who keeping score at home, that's 1 stay for me, 1 go for Adam.
I'm not going to say go. I'm going to say stay, but might not start.
Whew, that's tough, man. All right, so let's move on to the next one. Another one of your boys. Tua Tagovailoa.
Yeah, you may start.
I said that right because it took several years to learn it. In Miami, I'm going to let you lead. Okay. Will he stay or will he go?
I'm going to say stay. And I think if he would have went, they would have tried to get something done with Watson, this past season. Look, anybody who criticizes Tua, let's just woe it up a second here, okay? The guy is good. He's not great yet, or what hopefully yet. I'm not a Dolphins fan. I'm a Tua fan, obviously. He's accurate. He had some turnovers this year, but I'm not going to blame it solely on this, but their offensive line was trash. It was garbage. Just wasn't good. I'm not going to say they were Cincinnati bad because Cincinnati's is really bad, and Joe Burrow did magical things. So to me, why couldn't Tua do the same thing? I don't know. I just don't think I don't think anybody available in the first round at least or early second round is somebody that is better than what Tua can do for them. There was some talks. What did we hear about Flores saying he wanted to draft? What was it, Herbert instead of him?
And Mac Jones.
And Mac Jones. And people were just downing Tua and feeding him negative energy all year, man. It was just insane. So, and I like Brian Flores. That's a topic for a different day. But with all the negativity that he had and people saying he's not the guy, and look, he come off an injury that was ended Bo Jackson's career. He's playing. If they can maybe get that offensive line fixed a little bit, I think you see a totally different Tua. But I'm honestly going to say I think he's day 1 starter next season. I don't think they move on from him.
Okay. So I've been steadfast on this. I think he's gone. 100%.
You're wrong.
This might be in my opinion, the most slam dunk of all the ones we're going over.
You're wrong.
I do not see him in Miami.
Okay.
And here's why. Because they don't want him.
Flores didn't.
It's not that he's not okay. He has not played like a top 5 pick that he was. You have to admit that. He's won games. I'll give him that. But he's not played well. He has been injury
in a
prone.
row.
He got
7 in a row.
replaced. He got replaced by Fitzpatrick last year. Right?
At the end of the
Ryan
season.
Fitzpatrick, who we love.
Yeah, Fitzmagic.
Friend of the show.
Yeah. Fitzmagic can take a team and for about 4 or 5 games, and then
he can go on a stretch, right?
Yeah.
They also, at every turn, they've looked in some way, shape, or form to replace him.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. Now, and then you hear the stuff come out. Brian Flores, he didn't want him.
Yeah.
He wanted Herbert or he wanted Mac. He told two of this.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I still believe in my heart of heart that I think they make I do think they still make some sort of play for Deshaun Watson. Now, granted, I think that's iffier because that's a Flores move. He liked Flores, but who knows? Maybe he likes their new coach. Was it Mike McDaniel?
Yeah.
Maybe he likes him. I just think there's too much smoke that they've looked almost at every turn to find a way to replace him as the starter.
Yeah. What if I was Tua? Why would I want to play there? Honestly,
that's the other part too. If I'm him, I don't feel supported there.
Right.
I don't feel like they think I'm the guy. Yep. Why not see if you can get a fresh start? We're going to touch on this player later, but it's one that popped in my head when we popped him up. Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
That could be a landing spot for him. And even swap trade, boom. Let's see what happens, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I mean, I think my opinion, I've been pretty steadfast, kind of like with you with Jalen.
Mm-hmm.
I have felt the entire time that there's just way too much smoke. They don't view – if they viewed him as the guy, it wouldn't leak how active they are in looking for his replacement.
That's true. I don't know anybody. You mentioned Wilson. I don't know if they would give up enough to get, because they're not going to do an even swap on that. And I just don't. The only person I could think of is Watson right now. I mean, there's other people we're going to talk about in this, but I don't.
Well,
think
and bear in mind, Adam,
mm-hmm.
They benched him for Ryan Fitzpatrick.
I know.
Okay, 2 years ago they benched him. So the question with that is, what do they view as an upgrade from him? If Fitzpatrick was an upgrade 2 years ago, is Teddy Bridgewater?
Oh, Jesus.
I mean, is Gardner Minshew? Could they make a trade for him?
Drew Lock.
You know what I mean? Drew Lock. Like, there's a lot of questions about. Yeah. And then here's the thing: who is their coordinator? Who's the guy who's coming in?
Yeah. Right?
It's from San Francisco. Is Jimmy G an option?
Yeah.
I think there's too much smoke around him for it not to be that I just don't see him in Miami.
You might be right. I think
unfiltered opinion is swaying him.
Well, no. I think it's gonna be more of, if he's gonna get traded, he's gonna get traded. But I think it's gonna be more of Tua saying, why would I want to fucking play here if, you know what I mean? If I'm going to be constantly downed all the time, why would I want to play for a franchise like that? Yeah. So I see your point in a way of why you think he's not going to be there. But I just don't know right now. I'm going to stick to my gun though and say he stays.
Okay. All right. So that's okay. So let's move to the next one.
I'm gonna let you go here because this is just a pop right here, baby.
This is my wheelhouse.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, my domain.
Yeah,
he stays. Mm-hmm. Now I'm gonna lay it out why. Okay, and I've had plenty of, trust me.
But let's keep the short version of why he's staying. Let's not get into your.
I'm not. No. I was gonna say I've had plenty of feedback as to why. Yeah. In the end, the Colts were 9-8. Mm-hmm. And they crapped the bed the final 2 weeks. That's on him, but that's on the team. It takes a team to suck as bad as they did. I say this out of love against the Jaguars. Okay, It's not just him.
Yep.
The other thing too is that to move off of him to improve, right? The Colts have to go big game hunting. Like, you're talking Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson. It's not Jimmy G. It's not Kirk Cousins. Mm-hmm. There's no one on the free agency market who's better than Carson Wentz when he's at his best, mm-hmm. right? Mm-hmm. And there's no one in the draft who has the potential of him mm-hmm. when he's at his height. and they owe him $28 million after March 6th.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
I don't think he goes anywhere because there are no better options. They're going to look
yep,
to shore up around him and give it one more go. And if he sucks next year, they can cut him with no dead cap.
yeah. I was just going to mention that. I'm going to agree on this one. I don't think he goes anywhere. And for two sole purposes. One, to echo probably both of what you said. One is the money. $28 million is not chump change in the NFL for a salary cap. And two, like you said, there's probably two or three people that you can go after. And I don't think you guys got some money, in cap space.
And holes. That's
Yeah.
the thing. It's
And
not just Carson. There are
yeah.
holes.
And I know you put your poll out and people were like, oh, give up a first, a second next year. Quentin
Surprisingly enough, a
Nelson,
lot of people hated that.
Bobby Okereke. Yeah, a lot of people, it was just weird to see some of those responses on that poll. But look, guys, he's not going anywhere. I'm not a Colts fan. Obviously, I'm a Titans fan, and I'm not going to root for the Colts. But Carson Wentz isn't going anywhere. Carson Wentz, he had some good games, and then he had some shitty games. One shitty game was, the first game against the Titans, he wasn't healthy. You can't, in that second game, he made some bad throws. But the worst one I saw was the last game of the year.
Mm-hmm.
And
Which
you go
sticks in
back
your
to team,
mind.
and you go back to team, and yes, but we talked about this earlier. What's a quarterback supposed to do? They're the leader of the team, right? They're supposed to elevate everybody. They're supposed to take people to the end of the next step of winning football games. And I didn't see that a lot from him this year, honestly. I mean, in some games I did, some games I didn't. And this is not downing him. I actually like Carson Wentz. I think he's a good quarterback. I don't like that he plays for the Colts. But I I agree with you. He's not going anywhere for two simple facts that you're not going to get Aaron Rodgers, and you're not going to get Russell Wilson, and you're not going to want to give up $28 million in cap space.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. Now, the only little thing that I'll add to what you said, then we'll move on, is when we talked about elevating play. We talked
Yeah.
about this today at the office.
Mhm.
There are, at any given time, we named seven truly elite quarterbacks who can carry the team. Those are generational talents. There's only one Josh Allen. There's only one Patrick Mahomes. And then you have kind of the good but not great, and then you have everybody else. And everyone's always chasing. And with Carson Wentz, this is the other thing too. You replace him, you move on to someone lesser, you're on your fifth quarterback in 5 seasons. There's no stability.
Yes.
Like, there's got to be some at a certain point. And trust me, you guys, for those watching this, if you have an issue with this one, you are not the first. I run a Colts podcast, and I stand on the hill that Wentz is coming back. I've heard it all.
Right.
But he's coming back.
Yeah.
Okay. So next up, your boy. Okay.
All right.
It's Ryan Tannehill time. You
It's
get
over.
to go first.
I'm going to go first. He's not going anywhere. He's not freaking going anywhere. Everybody that is trashing him on Twitter, Tannehill needs to go. Look, even if he needs to go, he's not freaking going anywhere. One, John Robinson came out and said this. It could be smoke. It could be smoke. He said he traded for that guy. He's our quarterback. He knows what he's doing. Blah, blah, blah. The whole spiel, right? John Robinson got a contract extension today. Vrabel got one. They're rolling with Tannehill. And I'll tell you the number one reason why they're not getting rid of him, Steven, is money. Money. Kind of like Carson Wentz. I think he's somewhere in the 30 million dead cap.
You keep talking. I'm looking it up right now.
It's somewhere in that. I mean, so if any of you are Titans fans watching this, he's not going anywhere next season. Now, after that, I believe we have an option, or he has an option, one of the two. I think we do. It's a team option, I believe, to look at other possibilities. So I fully 100% believe that Ryan Tannehill is the starting quarterback next season for the Titans, solely on now. If he wasn't 30 million in dead cap, Steven, and say it was nothing or 5 million, they would be pushing really hard for somebody else, I believe.
Yeah.
A lot of people said he peaked last year because what he did. A lot of people, Derrick Henry wasn't there for half the season. We had a lot of injuries at wide receiver. Well, quarterback still has to make throws, guys. We did have a lot of injuries. We played the most players in NFL history this year. I get it. But this goes back to your guy and now my guy. What's a quarterback do? Elevates the level of play for the team. And at times he didn't do that. I mean, we were the number 1 seed. I get it. But look how bad it was against the Bengals.
Mm-hmm.
It was bad. He threw 4 picks. Couple of them are iffy, they're whatever. But still, that last interception in that championship game should have never happened. We shouldn't have even been throwing because we should have been winning, but that's beside the point. I'm going to stay on track here. Ryan Tannehill is the quarterback for the Titans next season.
So I would love to disagree because I hate the Titans, and you know that.
Mm-hmm.
He will be, and I looked it up. So cap hit is $38.6 million.
Shit, is more than I
cap
thought.
hit. Dead cap if they cut him.
Yeah.
Dead cap. Is
cap.
$57.4 million.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
It's not going anywhere.
Not going
Next
anywhere.
year, it's still 18.
I think do they not have an? Oh, it's 18 in dead cap, but they have an option.
18 in dead cap if they cut him after 2023. They have the potential out in 2023.
Yeah.
So, and here's the thing too. I look at the Titans differently than other teams too. Yes, they're in a win now mode because they have Derrick Henry, and you don't know the tread on his tires.
Yeah.
But if you're going to replace Tannehill, you're going to replace. I feel like they're going to look to the draft because Tannehill's good enough, right, to get you in the playoffs, but probably not good enough to win the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to look to probably – I could see it being and everyone talks about this, like the Colts talked about it before too, is that Alex Smith, Patrick Mahomes kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the thing, there ain't nobody in this draft that I know of, okay? And we're just now starting to kind of scout the draft a little bit more, and I got buddies who do it better than anybody.
Mm-hmm.
And there's just not a lot of talent to sit, And then the question, like, it's the same thing. Who are you going to get that can be better? I don't know.
Yeah, that's not happening.
Because we always joke, and I joke on the Colts, but on No Horsing Around too, is that Russell Wilson, Sierra don't want to come to Nashville, right?
No, she ain't coming.
Aaron Rodgers and Shayna Woodley. I don't want to come to. Now, granted, I know.
No, hold on. Don't say anything about that yet, because we're going to touch on him.
Okay,
I want to touch on him.
But all in all, I mean, I would agree with you. I don't foresee him going anywhere. I'm with you too. He is. And here's the thing. I want to say this. Me and you talked about this in regards to Tannehill and Wentz. Wentz beats either the Raiders or the Jags, and no one's saying a damn word in the playoffs because they're in the playoffs.
Yeah, Tannehill beats the
Bengals.
Yeah,
no one's saying anything. Right? There's because remember when they went on their run, 3 years ago, he was shit in the playoffs. It was all Henry had like 700 yards in 3 games.
Yeah, he set a record.
Right?
Yeah.
Something ridiculous. And Tannehill made like 1 or 2 opportunistic throws. Right?
Tannehill had 88 yards one game in the playoffs.
So I mean, if they had, it's here, it's there. If they had won one of those games, both of them, they wouldn't be on this list because no one would be saying a word. But I'm with you. It's too much money. I don't see them moving off. I don't think it's a smoke screen. I do think John Robinson's a good GM.
Yeah.
He's like Chris Ballard. He's doing his due diligence because he's a good GM.
Yeah.
If somebody tickles his fancy in the draft, he'll go for it. He's taken big swings before. So I could see that, but a good GM is constantly looking to see if they can upgrade. And the thing is, this offseason, I just don't see there's not really these upgrades out there.
Yeah, there's not. Not right now.
All right. So next up, Russell Wilson.
I'm going to lead it. You ready?
Go for it.
He's not going anywhere.
Oh!
Staying. I don't know why I think that.
I don't know why.
I have no evidence. I have no fucking evidence to back it up. But he's staying in Seattle.
Quick and easy. So my feeling, I have kind of stood there and said, I think he ends up in New York for the Giants.
Yep.
I think he wants the Seahawks. So Russell Wilson loves to be loved, right? I said this on Twitter. He wants to be left. He's never going to say trade me. He wants the Seahawks to do with him what the Lions did with Stafford and mutually agree to part ways.
Yeah.
That's what he wants, right?
Yep.
And he wants to wear the cool sunglasses and sit courtside at Knicks games and go to the Met Gala with Sierra. He wants to be the dude, right? He wants all of that. He is New York City. But John Clayton, who makes his home in the Pacific Northwest, has very adamantly, he came on indie radio and said, put it out of your mind, they're not trading him. So that being said, even though my gut says I think he wants to leave and I think he ends up in New York, he's not. You got to trust John Clayton.
Let me rephrase what I said. I'm not saying he wants to stay. I'm saying he's going to stay because Seattle's going to keep him. He might not necessarily
too. It's
crazy.
Might
necessarily want to play
it's
there.
his first losing season.
Yeah.
And they're talking about clearing house.
I mean, the dude had 26 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, threw for I think it was 3,100 yards.
Like
yeah, and he missed how many games? 3 or 4 games. So I mean, it's not like the guy's not elite anymore. People, the guy can still play football.
Hey, you want a hot take? Because a lot of people say he was never elite.
Well, whatever. Would you take him? Would you take him over Carson Wentz? Hell yes, you would.
Here, well, we've joked with that. That's the thing. Mm-hmm. I view he is the only, in my eyes, Colt wise, he is the only quarterback that is an upgrade that is potentially doable.
Yeah.
For the Colts.
Yeah, 100%.
But he's also 33, which shocked the hell out of me. I didn't.
Yeah, I didn't think. Yeah, I didn't either. So,
all right,
who's next?
Who we got next?
We got.
Oh, the new one. The new man on the field. Okay. I want to go first.
Go ahead.
He's not going anywhere. Absolutely, positively, nowhere. His
0% chance, right?
0. Okay. This is like Animal House and the GPA for Belushi. 0.0% chance that he leaves. They brought the coach in specifically for him. Kingsbury recruited him in college. They brought him because Kyler wanted him. They run an offense that is circled around him. They brought in D-Hop. They brought in Zach Ertz. Okay? This is 100%. Him scrubbing his social media accounts is 100% saying, pay me now. Yep. That's what it is.
It's the same situation as Josh Allen. Josh Allen he wants to be paid. Josh Allen got paid after year 3. Guess what? Now Josh Allen didn't scrub his social. I don't think he did. I don't know.
Buffalo people might kill him if he did that.
I don't think he did that, but he wants to get paid. And does he deserve to get paid? That's here's the thing. He's not. I agree, Steven. He's not going anywhere, man. He's not. But does he he deserve to get the money? That's the question.
Are you asking me?
That's the $1 million. I'm just putting it out there in general. Does
he deserve Josh Allen money? Absolutely not.
Exactly. That's my point. And by the way,
absolutely not. What has he done?
By the way, NFL, whoever puts the roster out and says that man's 5'10", it's bullshit. For one, me and Steven and Steven's brother,
6-inch cleats he is.
Yes. Shout out Josh real quick, Steven's brother, because we looked this up today, and there was a picture of him standing next to Hunter Renfrow.
And Hollywood Brown.
Hollywood Brown. Hunter Renfrow is 5'10", and he looked 4 inches shorter than him. Now, I'm not saying he's 5'6". He's probably 5'8". He's not 5'10", 5'11", whatever they have him listed as, guys. Anyway, I'm going off on a tangent on that, but it drives me insane when people say he's not 5'10".
Well, and also, one of the big things was, does he avoid the big hit? And he does, but he has been banged up too.
Yeah.
He's faded every year. They faded every year. He's missed games every year.
Yeah.
And he had one of the worst performances in that playoff game that I have ever seen.
Yeah,
Josh Allen, yes, he had a meltdown.
Mm-hmm.
What was it? 2 years ago against the Texans in Houston. Then last year, he went to the AFC title game, and they paid him.
Yes.
Josh Allen is probably top 3 quarterback in the league right now. Kyler Murray is top 10.
The Cardinals were the number 1 team in the NFL this season. From about, I don't remember exactly.
Well, it's like the
Steven, what
first
their
2
record.
months, like September and October.
Dude, they were like 10-1 or something. Something ridiculous.
They ended up like what, 11-7?
Yeah,
11-6.
Yeah, 11-6 or something like that. So I mean,
I don't know the new.
they weren't even good. They didn't even get the 1 seed. The fucking Packers did. So, agree again. We both agree he's not going anywhere. He's wanting to get his money, and yeah, it's up to Arizona if you want to restructure that deal and give him more money. If you think he's the quarterback of the future, go ahead. I mean, I just don't think. I'm not going to say he's a bust because he's not a bust. He's done.
No, he's not a bust.
He's actually done better than me and you actually thought he was going to be. We both said he was going to get hurt after year
I thought
2.
he was too small.
Yeah, just too small. So
too small, ran too much.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to get hurt. I'll tell you this:
he's not going anywhere though.
I will come on this show and I will take my shirt off and flick it like a helicopter if they trade him anywhere.
God, please, Arizona, do not trade him anywhere.
Thank you. All right, who we got next?
We're rounding it out, baby. This is it. We saved this for last. And let me start. He's gone.
Ooh.
He's gone.
Okay.
He has not gone to Nashville. Look.
Technically.
Okay. He's not coming here.
Well,
he's not coming here to play. He bought property, people. A lot of people buy property. George Kittle went to Iowa, lives here in Nashville, where me and Steven are, but plays for the 49ers. So a lot of celebrities buy land. Justin Timberlake, I know he's not a football player, bought land here. There's a ton of pro wrestlers that live here. I mean, you know that. There's a lot of athletes just in general, and obviously country music singers. And just because he bought
rich people live
a lot of people buy land in Williamson County, which is Franklin, Brentwood, in Tennessee, right outside of Nashville, if you're not familiar with it. But
it's what, top 10 wealthiest county in the U.S.?
Yeah. So he is not coming here. I'm going to make a bold prediction and say he's going to Denver.
Is it that bold?
I don't know if it's bold.
Is that bold?
I don't know if it's bold. I'm just saying he's going to fucking Denver.
I was going to say, isn't that bold? They hired his offensive coordinator to be the head coach. Every move Denver has made is to land Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah. So
okay.
I think the Broncos are going. They're going to try to go all in for him at least. They're going to make the strongest push.
So here's my take. I think he's back in Green Bay.
Okay.
I think he's back. So legitimately, I joked earlier, but legitimately, friend of the show, Brandon, who covers the Packers, covers the Bucks. Amazing stuff. If you guys don't follow him, go follow him. Go read his stuff. He's freaking awesome. He's on the radio now in Wisconsin. I asked him, and he said his gut feeling is he's either back or he retires, and he doesn't sound like he wants to retire.
Yes.
There's no okay. Denver's great, and I have been on the Denver truck, but why would Aaron Rodgers leave the NFC North where the Lions are the Lions, Chicago is retooling, and Minnesota is retooling? Chicago has a young quarterback in Justin Fields who we're not quite sure of. Minnesota has Kirk Cousins who he owns.
Yep.
And the Lions have Jared Goff, and I don't know. You don't know what that. He's going to win the division every year. To go to Denver where he plays Herbert, Carr, and Mahomes 6 times.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think he go. And the other thing too is the Packers are going to do everything they can to keep him. I was listening to the radio before we started. They were talking about this. If the Packers thought Jordan Love was the next guy, they would not be putting up such a fight. Because remember this, Aaron Rodgers set for what would we say, 4 years?
Yeah,
4 years.
3 or 4.
But when Brett Favre started toying with them, they let him go.
Yeah.
They forced his hand because they knew what they had in Rodgers.
Yeah.
They're not doing that with Jordan Love.
I don't think Jordan.
And even our guys we talked to, they're not sold. You're not sold yet. I think he's back in Green Bay. I think it's all a massive power play. Do I think he's going to Indy? Hell no. Do I think he goes to Nashville? No. If he's not, I'll say he stays in Green Bay. Outside of that, I would go with Denver because the comfort level he's going to have there. Outside shot. Hey, here's a funny outside shot. 1 year, one chance.
He's going to say Tampa.
One last pop. What?
You're going to say Tampa.
No, San Francisco. It's his hometown team.
Yeah.
Ready to go.
Yep.
1
Look,
year,
I
all
said
in, go get it.
I said leaving because I had a good feeling you were gonna say he's. Uh, I'm about 75-25. Well, let's just say this: I'm 60-40, thinking he's gonna leave versus
I mean,
stay.
he loves
Now
the drama. He loves
he
to be
does.
talked about.
Look about this past season. I mean, just everything they went through. Hell, we didn't know if he was going to play this year there, and he ended up playing. He's 12-5.
We were on
and
a live
everyone's
stream when news broke he may get traded.
Yeah, we did. We were on a live stream when that happened. That was funny. But I do agree with one thing. I don't think Jordan loves the guy. I just don't. And if any Packers fans are watching and you don't agree with that, sorry, but I've got Brandon who tells me that sometimes they don't think he. I don't think they're
Rhino's
sold on
another
him.
one.
Yeah, I just don't think they're sold on it yet. And I don't know. It's because he's not got a lot of playing time, but you got yours, man. I got mine. I'm gonna stick to the gun and say he's gonna be gone and he's gonna be in Denver.
I'm gonna agree, man. I'm gonna agree. I mean, so those are some of the quarterback. Now, this is what I want to do.
Yeah,
We're kind of tailing out here. You know what? Please like, share, subscribe, comment. Let us know in the comments, you guys, your opinion. Do you think these guys are staying? Throw out some other people. Do you think Kirk Cousins is staying in Minnesota? We had several more we could have done. Jimmy G in San Francisco. We feel pretty confident he's gone.
Yeah.
Like, let us know. Because here's the deal. This is going to be one of those things where you leave a comment, we're going to try to comment back. We want to engage you guys. We want you guys to engage us.
Yeah.
So let us know.
Yeah, and look, I don't mind debates and all. I don't mind people saying this is what they think. Just keep it. You know what I mean? I don't want to be cussing and yelling at people. Me and Steven are both positive dudes. We just got opinions, and these are straight opinions. It's not factual. We don't know. So don't get heated what we say. If you want to get heated, that's cool. But just stay clean in the comments. Let us know what you guys think. I don't want to have to react to a bunch of stuff and show the dark side of Adam.
Well, that's the thing too. Keep it clean. Hashtag keep it clean. My boy Ing Ravens vid. He's a great Ravens guy. If you don't follow him, you're like one of the few that actually doesn't. But bring. I mean, I got no problem. You want to call me out? I get called out on a daily basis because of my takes.
Yep.
About my team.
Yeah.
So if you're going to call me out about the Wentz take, you better come prepared because that's one where I do my research.
Yeah.
Okay. So like, share, subscribe, comment, ding the bell so you don't miss the new videos. Because some days it may be Tuesday and Thursday. Those are the days we shoot for, but you don't want to miss any of them. We're probably, I think me and Adam we're going to talk a little bit about the Super Bowl on Thursday.
We might talk a little NBA too, because the trade deadline's Thursday. We might talk a little NBA.
We might talk a little NBA. You just never know where we're going to go with it. We know, but you may not. So, I mean, as we kind of round this out, it's one of those things as the show's kind of ending. Whether you love our take, you hate it, you agree, you disagree, the main thing we do here is we meet at the mics and we talk it out. We'll talk to you guys later.